everybody. So I guess this is kind of a product spotlight and also just a general kind of helpful little fun thing that you can do for the delicate tissue around your eyes. Kind of pamper that area a little bit. We tend to, do the serums and all of that, but we forget that sometimes we need to, kind of baby that area and do something extra special for it. So this is one of my favorite things that I like to do. And I do this with my clients as well. Sometimes I don't use a spoon. I have little tiny globes that I use for this, but basically the same thing. So what you're going to need for this, now this is wonderful in general for everyone. Perfect. It's especially fantastic for those of you that may get puffy around the eye area. You have stagnant fluid, lymph, all of that can really cause some puffiness around there. And it's just super, super soothing and wonderful. So again, this is something you could do every morning if you wanted, or for those of you, and I really recommend kind of carving out once a week for your spa day. Give yourself a nice facial. Maybe that's when you exfoliate, do a facial mask, and then you can do this. So the first thing that's super important is to find some really good quality, really nicely sourced green tea. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I like using just plain old great green tea. Now, this doesn't represent what I normally would use, but my daughter, she is a bit of a tea snob. She worked for a local tea company and learned loads about tea, and she would tell me to tell you to make sure to get, she prefers loose leaf tea, and a really good sourced loose leaf tea. The company that she worked for here locally is called Shenzhen Tea. You can check them out. I want to say they probably have a website, and a wonderful company, super, just husband and a wife, and it's fabulous tea. Man, he goes all over the world to source his ingredients. So she would recommend something like that. Just make sure it's a really nice quality because we want to utilize the wonderful attributes of green tea. Then you're going to brew that, let it cool, and you're going to need something that you're going to pour it in. You're going to need a couple of cotton rounds for your eyes, and a spoon that you are going to put in the refrigerator. You don't need to put it in the freezer, but in the refrigerator for a little bit. And this is, again, something that's wonderful to do in the morning. Grab the spoon out of the fridge, let it set out for just a little bit. You don't want it to be super, super cold, but it holds on to the cold really pretty well. And it's something that you can do really in the morning. It's wonderful, so soothing, it's fabulous. And then you're gonna need a nice eye product. Now, this is, I guess, where I could call this a product spotlight, because if you've watched any of my videos that I talk about how I prep my skin before my makeup or any of that, I whip this out. I have a few favorite eye products, and this is definitely one of them. I love this. It's a light oil serum. It is plant botanicals, and I just love it. It absorbs really nicely. The ingredients in here are very calming. This is, by the way, Angelina Organics Calming Immortelle Calming Serum. So it has a wonderful oil mix of jojoba, which is the most like our own natural oils and very easily absorbs into the skin. I want to say primrose oil. I think there might be some carrot seed oil in here. And then there's an essential oil blend. There's rose, Immortelle, chamomile, neroli, all of these really wonderful calming plant botanical ingredients. So this is so nice. I love it. So that's what you're going to need for this. So you're going to brew your tea, let it cool, and then you're going to put your eye pads in there, let them soak. I like to fold them in half and squeeze most of it out. You don't want to squeeze it dry, but you want to squeeze it so it's not going to drip down your face. Preferably you can do this when you're laying down. And the neat thing about green tea is it's, first of all, fabulous antioxidants. and tannins. Tannins are fabulous. It's going to help to reduce the puffiness. It can kind of tighten the skin. And just those natural, the caffeine, the tannins and all of that in there is going to do their thing, kind of tighten the skin, can help bring down that darkness, and it's just a wonderful natural treatment for the eye area. So yes, open those babies up and really kind of press it into the eye so they're not just sitting there. You want it to touch that whole eye area, and then let them sit there for as long as you can. I would try for 10 minutes would be wonderful. If you can, lay there, and it's not going to hurt you if you lay there for 20 minutes and let that do its thing. Then you're going to want to take the eye pads off, and you want to use your serum. Now this has a little rolly ball on the end, and all I do is I just roll a little bit right here and right here, and there's plenty at that point that's on your skin. And then I take my ring finger and I just pat it along and move it, and I bring it on top and around the upper cheekbone area into the crow's feet. And then I start patting and kind of pat and roll. I'm not pressing hard at all, and that'll help kind of push that into the skin. And then you're going to take your nice cold spoon. Now this shouldn't be so cold that when you put it on it hurts. You should put it on and it should be like, and it feels so good. I have a little bit of eye strain right now, so I feel like I should actually be doing this for you guys. And then a lot of us do get a lot of built up fluid in here, and that could be lymph, it could be water, but it tends to get stagnant. And so we want to move that really gently out of there. And so I just do that, and I take it in the corner, and spoons are wonderful. They're nice and perfectly, kind of curved for this. So I like to lay it right in here, and then I just kind of press it, and then just walk it on down, and then I bring it down here, and I just do this. Really, you don't need a lot of pressure at all. It just feels wonderful. And then do that both sides. If this spoon starts getting not as cold anymore, have 2 spoons in the fridge. Take the other one out and finish your treatment. So you're going to do that. You're going to kind of work that this way. You're going to work it this way, just out and away, all of that stagnant fluid that we tend to get. Then you're going to take the spoon and you're going to set it right inside here. And you're going to push up. We have so many trigger points, and this is a wonderful way to just de-stress. It's fabulous. And then you're going to take it and you're going to press it here and just lightly press it, hold it for a bit. Close your eyes, and then you're going to bring it here, press it, and then here. And then when you've done this maybe 3 or 4 times, lift. It feels wonderful to lift that up. We hold a lot of tension in this orbital area right through here. So when you've done that, then you're going to take the spoon and you're going to just bring it around like so. And you're going to do this a few times. Then you can just take the spoon and you can just lay it on the eye. Don't push. You don't need to push it. It's just fabulous. It feels so good, you guys. Just that coldness. And then, you can do this for as long as you want. And then, if you need to put a little bit more of the serum on there to give it a little bit of glide, you can. So after you've kind of done the pushing gently all around, you've done that corner pressure point, holding it, lifting it a little bit, and you can really kind of get in there, and then again, kind of lifting, hold it for a little bit, and then back in here. I like to bring it up in here and kind of slide that muscle this way. Then make sure you have a little slip, and then I just like to take it and really lightly do those movements now, more of a gliding movement instead of a patting movement. So we're going to just kind of glide. We're not really pressing, we're not moving the tissue very much at all, and it just feels good. So then you're going to do the same thing. And you're just going to do that. Do that for as long as you feel like it feels great. And it's just a wonderful, very soothing thing that you can do. Now, if you can talk in your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, if you can talk somebody in to doing this treatment for you, what a wonderful, relaxing treat to do for somebody. Really, it's wonderful. Father's Day is coming up. This would be a fabulous, amazing treatment to do for your husband. Have one of your kids do it. Men get a lot of tension as well. They get the built up fluids, they get eye strain. This is a wonderful thing to do for Father's Day. And if Mother's Day we just passed, this would be something you'd want to do for your mommy. Okay, guys, that is it. Thank you so much. I think you should try this. It's so simple. For most of us, we have our favorite eye serum. We have green tea in the house usually, and give it a go. It is really remarkably soothing. The eye area, the eye tissue is going to love you for it. Between the coldness, and that green tea, the tannins and the antioxidants, and then using something like this. This is, again, one of my favorites because you know how I love botanicals. It's so light, but really soothing and so nourishing for the tissue around the eyes. And I love calming ingredients for this area. Yeah, I hope you guys have fun with this. Let me know if you decide to try it and what you thought of it. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye.